Hey everybody. So today we're going to be taking a look at The Fox and the Forest, which is a two-player trick-taking game by Joshua Burgle. Now, this is going to be an unboxing video, and from the perspective of seeing what's inside, it's probably not going to be all that interesting, because it is mainly just a card game with some scoring tokens. But I thought some of the sounds might be kind of pleasant to listen to as I unbox it. So, as you can see, this is published by Renegade Game Studios. Fox and the Forest, a trick-taking game for two players. Score points for winning tricks, but if you get greedy and win too many, you will fall like the villain in many fairy tales. And that's the somewhat interesting thing about this particular game. Many trick-taking games are for more than two players, three players, and the like. This is a two-player game, which makes it nice because oftentimes you don't have that third person to play with. But also kind of the unique thing about it is the scoring mechanic, where you gain the most points if you take too few tricks or just the right amount. If you take too many, ultimately that's going to harm you. So you need to be somewhat strategic in the way that you play the game. So let's just go ahead and open it up. Unfortunately, it seems that my X-Acto knife is not the sharpest knife in the world. So we'll try that again. So I do really like the artwork for this game. It's almost kind of whimsical, kind of like a fairy tale, which fits with that theme that went with the basic description of the game on the back of the box. So here we have the instruction booklet. You can see our wonderful picture from the front of our little fox in his forest. Overview. The Fox and the Forest is a trick-taking game for two players, each playing cards to win tricks against the other over multiple rounds. The players score points during a round by winning tricks containing specific cards, and at the end of a round, based on the number of total tricks they won. The player with the most points at the end of the game is the winner. And we can see that we have some bells, some keys, and some moons, which are the different suits of cards in the game. And each one looks like it has 1 through 11 cards. We also have some scoring tokens, which are found right here at the top of the box, and some player reference cards, which are always helpful. And this is a pretty detailed instruction booklet for what is essentially a quick card game. So I'll be very interested to learn about the rules and perhaps do another video where I describe how to play. But here we've got the scoring tokens. I'll just go ahead and I'll punch those out real quick. So as you can see, we've got some 1-point tokens, some 6-point tokens, and some 3-point tokens. Now, those are some pretty interesting denominations of points. Typically, you'll see 1, 5, and 10 or something like that. But I think the denominations on the point trackers relate to the different scoring totals that you can get that are very specific to this particular game. Looking at the cards right here, the first card is the scoring reference. And again, kind of the unique thing about this particular game is that you're going to score the most points by having just enough tricks or almost none, but not too many. So as you can see, if you get between 7 and 9 tricks, you're going to score 6 points, which is the highest value scoring token. The same thing is if you score only 0 to 3 tricks, you'd also get 6 points. And then you have in between those two levels, the 4, 5, and 6, you can get 1, 2, and 3 points respectively. And if you're too good at getting tricks during a particular round, it's actually going to harm you. You're being too greedy, and you're ultimately going to get 0 points from the game. So let's go ahead and open up this deck of cards and take a look at what's inside. So, as we can see here, we've got 2 scoring reference cards. They say, after each trick, the winner receives 1 point for each 7 treasure in the trick. I don't know what that means yet, but I'm sure it has some bearing on different cards in the game. Win tricks. After each complete round, the players each earn points based on how many tricks they won in the round. And again, it has the scoring system that I described earlier. 0 to 3 tricks would be humble. You'd score 6 points. 4, 5, and 6 tricks, you are defeated. You score points, but only a few. 7 to 9 tricks, you're victorious. You again score 6 points. And 10 to 13 tricks, you are greedy, and you would score 0 points. Now, the specific cards throughout the game are counted based on their value, but the cards themselves actually have special powers. So, for example, the 1, or the Swan, if you play this and lose the trick, you lead the next trick, which would give you an advantage on that particular turn. 3 is the Fox. When you play this, you may exchange the Decree card with a card from your hand. The Decree card in the game is essentially the suit that you're playing for that particular hand. Woodcutter. When you play this, draw 1 card, then discard any 1 card to the bottom of the deck face down. Treasure. 7. The winner of the trick receives 1 point for each 7 in the trick. So that might be a great way to increase your point value before the end of the round. Witch, the 9 card. When determining the winner of a trick with only 1 9, treat the 9 as if it were the trump suit. 11, Monarch. When you lead this, if your opponent has a card of this suit, they must play either the 1 of this suit or their highest rank card of this suit. So here are the cards. And this starts with the Bell suit. And we can see that for each of the special cards, the odd-numbered cards in the deck, they have some very beautiful artwork depicting the character on that particular card. So here, the 1 card, we have the Swan. 2 card doesn't have any special value, so it just has the basic suit. 3 is the Fox. 5 is the Woodcutter. What a dapper gent. 7 is the Treasure, a beautiful harp. 9 is the Witch. And 11 is the Monarch. Now it'll be interesting to see, looking from suit to suit. Oh, it looks like the artwork is mostly just reversed from suit to suit. So this is the bell, these are the keys. And again with the keys, we're going to have the Swan, the Fox, the Woodcutter. Well, that one's quite different than what we saw for the bells. A little bear hanging out with them there. The Treasure, now it's a chalice instead of a harp. The Witch. Some wolves in the background. That's pretty epic. And the Monarch. Now we have the Moon suit, and that's a very different image than what we see on the other 2 suits. It's now the face-forward image of the Swan rather than from the side. The Fox. The Woodcutter. The Treasure, so a pretty epic sword right there. Yes, I did pronounce that W very strong. That's sword. The witch. And the monarch. So, that's the unboxing of The Fox and the Forest. In a future video, I might demonstrate some of the gameplay, but I can't do that now because I really don't know how to play. I'll have to get it to the table and get a couple of rounds in before I can do that. If you've enjoyed this video, please click like, and if you'd like to see more, please click subscribe. And if you have any comments or questions, or you have any suggestions for games for me to look at in these videos, please don't hesitate to make your opinion known in the comments. Thanks.